Use Christine McCall to say a few words about the resources that the city is offering.
Good morning, everybody. Sorry for the technical difficulties. I'm the Director of Economic Development for the City of Lowell. On the line is also Maria Dickinson and Tom Lamont from our office. I don't know if you guys want to say hello.
Hi, everybody. This is Tom. Glad everyone's here.
And Maria. Good morning, everyone.
So we just want to say thank you for joining us this morning. This is one of the resources that we've put together as a direct result of some of the early feedback we got from our business impact survey. We have a great website, lowellma.gov. You go to economic development where we list all our COVID-19 business resources. There's information about SBA loans, a bridge loan, emergency disaster loans, and our office is able to provide technical assistance. As you all know, the CARES Act was signed over the weekend, which is a $2 trillion stimulus package, and there's going to be a program called Paycheck Protection Program that comes out of that. And the details are still being finalized, but we are planning on doing a webinar with some local lenders to provide more information for that. And then as of yesterday, the parking department just launched a curbside parking program, and all the details are on our website there. So essentially, restaurants will be able to bag a meter in front of their store for curbside pickup. So we're sort of excited about that. We hope it helps restaurants that are doing takeout. So let's just jump into it. Please don't hesitate to reach out to me, Maria, or Tom if there's anything we can do to help you through this.
Great, thank you so much. Thank you for offering to have us do the webinar to help all the restaurants, which we all need to do this during this really difficult time. I just introduced myself. My name is Susu Wong. I'm the owner and founder of Tomo 360. We are based in Lowell, just next to the new Justice Center on 110 Canal. We've been working with the City of Lowell for a few years now to help small businesses and also artists in their marketing. I've been in your shoes. I'm very familiar in the restaurant business. I actually grew up with a family we used to own a family restaurant. I used to work there, and before I started my professional career, I've worked as a bartender, a bus girl, and before I left the industry, I was a general manager of Wendy's for a few years. I was working in Billerica and Dracut. So I really understand how restaurants work and getting to the profit and loss and all those things. So so I'm just going to go through the agenda. Okay, so the goal for the webinar is to help Lowell restaurants become more familiar with online marketing. And for this seminar, we're going to focus on website, Google My Business, search engine optimization. And a lot of you are doing a really good job already. And we hope that we have some tools that can help you to promote your business and all your services. And especially in this time where people can't really come to your store. Okay, here's an agenda. So I put in a lot of slides and we're going to talk about website, Google My Business, search engine optimization. And we also have a few options on point of sale. Since we started a little late, whatever we don't finish, we can go into the second webinar, which is next Wednesday at 9 o'clock. And we're going to talk about social media marketing. It's interactive, and we're gonna talk about different things, and feel free to ask questions. Okay. Before we start, why don't we do a quick intro, just your name and the business you're in. Juan, do you want to just introduce yourself quickly?
Sure, my name is Juan Acevedo. I'm one of the owners of Panela Restaurant located at 7 Hanover Street.
Mhm. Okay.
And I'm sorry, Juan, this is Maria. Hi. Do you
Hi,
mind
Maria.
to tell us briefly what's your situation right now in terms of, are you open? Are you doing takeout, delivery? Just so we know.
No,
Thanks.
so when this whole thing started, we were doing takeout, and we were doing free delivery for the city of Lowell. But it came to a moment we thought about our kids and our family and our future, and we decided it was best for us to close. And I mean, I had 3 kids on my own, and I would have hated to be the one restaurant that infected someone or that got infected. And it's a scary time. It was a hard decision, but we've been closed for it's gonna be 2 weeks this week.
Thank you, Juan.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks, Juan.
Eric, you want to just quickly introduce yourself?
Yeah, sure. I was muted, sorry.
That's okay.
I'm Eric. I own Warp and Weft on Market Street, and we also completely closed for a couple of weeks. We're going to start doing takeout and delivery though, starting April 7th.
Mhm.
We just wanted to take a pause and make sure that none of us develop symptoms before we
Mhm.
exposed ourselves to the public.
Thank you. Jackie? Anybody else?
This
Think
is
some-
Joe Carrero. I'm the business manager for El Portro Mexican Grill. Although we have 4 locations, we do have one in downtown Lowell. All of our locations until yesterday were closed completely, but we reopened Lowell yesterday for takeout, just because we have a kind of a skeleton crew that we're going to try it out because it was a high demand. We're going to see how it goes for the week, and then if it's not feasible, then we'll probably end up closing down again until we see this all through.
Thank you. Anybody else? I know some of you are on mute. Okay. All right. Okay. Well, let's start and. Oops, okay. Okay. So this is a downtime for a lot of us. But the good thing is, not a lot of people like to cook. Turns out from a survey, found out that 15% of the people said they'd love to cook, and half of the people said that they just don't like cooking, for whatever reason. It could be resources, or they just don't want to go out and get groceries. And then 35% just kind of like, I can go either way. So it's an opportunity for restaurants to be able to do to do takeouts. So let's talk about website and mobile. Back then when I was working at Wendy's, the internet was not as prevalent, and today is especially crucial that our website has the capability to have a strong online presence, and having all the touch points are important than ever. A lot of people are limited at their homes. They're staying at home, and they are going to be sitting in front of their computers or tablets. And so it's important that they know that you're open for business. So having a professional website is important to showcase your offering, your menu, and the restaurant. You know, it's like your virtual storefront. And having a good website also help to increase the how people search you on Google. They can contact you, and the last thing, and I think is very important, is that you can control your brand. If you don't have a website, then other websites will take in control of your own website. So I've seen a lot of websites where they will be taken by like online marketing, you know, like some of the other sites. So it's important to have your own. And on this slide, you know, people can order directly online or do catering right off from your website. Especially important now is to post your hours on your website on when you open. So there's 7 must-have on your website, right? So this one is from Not Your Average Joe's. Right on the homepage, they said that they're temporarily closed, and you know, a nice note to the community. And so it's actually 8 things. I added one more. So you want to have mobile contact information, photos, menu, online ordering, your story, secure website, and social media links. Let me go through that. So why is it important to be on mobile? I hope that you all have a mobile sites. So on the left is one of my favorite restaurants in the neighborhood. Obviously the site is not mobile, and what they did was just to copy and paste their menu on PDF. So it's really hard to see. And every time I try to order, it takes a lot of efforts. And because I know them and I'm a loyal customers, I'll put up with it. But not all the restaurants have that, you know, that luck, right? You know, a lot of people are first timer, and so it's important that people can see your menu and be able to order now. Sweet Green has a very good website, and they have a very good online ordering process and an app. There's some more examples where you can really see their menu. Professional pictures, you know, I always ask restaurants to really hire a professional photographer to take pictures of their food and their menu. It just makes a difference. If you don't have very good pictures on your website to show your food, right, your customers will show them. And that's another way to really control your brand and make sure that, you know, you show the best of all your pictures on your dishes. Here's the an online menu. This is from Panella, and you know, it's nice and crisp, so then people can see it right on their website. And you want to make it easy for people to do takeout, right? So here are a couple of examples. This Thai food. You can call to order, right? And the phone number is mobile enabled. Okay. So online reviews. Online reviews is a necessary evil. You need it. 90% of the people are looking at reviews. And so that's how they make the decision, right? Unfortunately, you have some bad reviews. So the idea is to really have a lot of reviews and to show that, you know, overall, you know, you're in at least 4 to 5 stars. And the idea is to have a lot. And if you have a lot of negative reviews, it's also a good way to kind of give you feedback on what your customers are thinking about, you know, your restaurant. It builds credibility. And it also helps you with your search engine optimization. The more reviews you have, the more touch points you have on the website, and your customers are gonna be able to take time to give you reviews. So as I said before, 90% of consumers use the internet to find a business, right? So having those reviews will help you. 82% of consumers read online reviews. They're more trusted than your friends and families. Out of the age group 18 to 54 years old said that they always read reviews. So that's really a lot of your customers. And the average customers read 10 reviews before they really trust a business. And only half of people would consider a business with less than 4 stars. So the challenge is to try to make sure that you have at least 4 stars. So our story, it's important for your website. People do business with the people that they like or they believe in, right? They want to know the story. Why did you start a restaurant? You know, who's in your team? This is Tate Cafe. I go there quite a bit, and the owner was just in the Boston Globe last week talking about how she's helping the employees by paying them for a whole month and not laying them off. So that's kind of, you know, a little PR, and also it makes you want to, you know, go to a restaurant and support them. So having a story, whether it's about your chef or about, you know, about your team, is important. So before we do that, before we start the restaurant programming, are there any questions? Let's see if anybody join us. If you're on mute, you can also do the chat. There's a chat box. Okay. All right. Well, let's move on to other restaurant marketing programs. This is something we think that it would help. Online gift cards. So this is really good to have, not just the holidays, but especially right now when people can't come to the store. You know, over the holidays, it's a great way to offer online gift cards. Is you know, additional revenue, and if you make it online for people who can't come to your store, you know, because they're, you know, live far away, but they want to send a gift card to their, you know, friends and family during the holidays. This is a really good way. I remember it was kind of frustrating to, you know, send a gift card in Algonquin for my friend's birthday, and they don't make it online, so I have to wait for them to send me a card, and the website was a little cumbersome. So make it really easy for people to send gift cards. It's you know, will help. I was in Fuse website today, and you know, they're offering online gift cards and giving, I believe, 25% to the employees. So that's a really good way to kind of encourage people to support the community. Here are some loyalty programs, right? If you have the point of sale or just have any loyalty program, from punch card to an app, it will help you to show your appreciation to loyal customers. In here, this one is, you know, get a lunch entree 10 times and then you'll get $20 off. I'm sure a lot of you are on some sort of loyalty programs. So like the Starbucks app, right, where you get 2 points for every dollar you spent, or you get a birthday free coffee. So these are some of the ways to encourage your customers to send you their email addresses or the phone number, so then you can continue to engage with them and keep you in their minds. So another thing is email marketing. There's still like 90% of people are using email. I mean, it's still the way to communicate. The return on investment on email marketing is almost 30% better than direct marketing. And so every dollar you spend may potentially brings you $40 in return. A piece of email is about 3 cents to cents. And we're talking about email campaign, such as MailChimp or Constant Contact. So it's a great way to keep your customers or your new customers to remember you, and to remind them when you have specials or something going on, events, to have them come in. So the way that we look at email marketing is there's some different ways, right? You can segment your customers, right, into different categories, like the lunch crowd, the dinner crowd, or birthdays. And then you can send them different email, different promotions that you're having. During the week, Tuesday, Wednesday, when it's a slow time, you can have a lot of restaurants have specials, right? Special promotions, have them come in. It's a great way to send them and remind them. And it also helps you to simplify your operational tasks by integrating email marketing into your restaurant operations. So whenever you have something special going on, you kind of put that into your email campaign regularly. And another way is to train your customers into expecting different things coming in on a certain time. If you always run a promotion on Wednesday, so you send a reminder, so then your customers will be expecting that email from you because they see some value. And ultimately, it's going to help you improve your sales and generate new leads because they may share that with their friends. Okay, here's some email marketing ideas. I got an email from Chipotle last week, and they're giving out free guacamole, right? I get an email from Starbucks and tell me to come in to get a free coffee on my birthday. And it automatically loads into my app. And then Outback, you get half off every 4th visit. So here's some, great ideas. Who wouldn't want to apply for it, right? Okay, before we go and Google My Business, let's see. Let's launch this poll. Do you have an online ordering system right now? If you don't see the poll, you can just tell us whether you do or not. An online ordering system would be, using a third-party provider.
We at El Portro do not have an online ordering.
Okay. Anybody else?
I answer on the phone, but we don't have one at Panel either.
Okay. All right. Okay, so 2 of you don't. Okay, anybody else? Okay, all right. So have you ever heard of Google My Business? So
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
So Google My Business is a free tool that allows you to show your business on Google search. It's a really good tool because, as we know, like 90% of people are finding you from the web, right? Or they're looking up from Googling. Actually, 94% of people use Google more than the other search engines. So includes your business name, location, and hours, reviews. You can add photos. And if you have Google My Business, you also want to sign up Google Analytics. And if you've never been to there, it will show you how many people are coming to your site, what's the site traffic, where they're coming from, what operating system they're using. There's just a ton of information you can see. And also, importantly, like which pages they like to see that they most frequented. So those are really good stats to see like what people are really interested. If they come to your about page a lot, then maybe you want to add more things to it. So then people will see it, or you can add other things to pages that people are not coming in as much. And having a Google My Business page is going to help you with your search engine ranking. So here are some examples. Duzo Sushi, one of my favorite sushi places in Boston. In here, they actually put in reserve a table and order to pick up, which is a really good, good use of Google My Business. They have a lot of Google reviews, over, almost 5 stars. Having the reviews really going to help you to increase your search engine ranking. And if you don't have a website, it won't show up here. So that's why it's important to have a website right here so people can just find you. Over the past few months, we've been really beefing up our Google My Business page. What we did was we added a lot of pictures, and we have started to do a lot to ask our customers to send us Google reviews. We also post our blogs on Google My Business. And what happened was we really saw a big increase in our search engine optimization, our search engine ranking. In fact, we're on the 4th one on the list. And so those really help. At the end of the day, you need to be found. Okay, so for those of us who haven't started Google My Business page, you need to log into a Google account, which means that you need to have a Gmail account. Go to google.biz/business and do start now, enter your business. It's pretty easy. The challenge is to keep adding it and updating it over time. So here's a Google local pack. So you have Wolf and Weft, Eric, Cobblestone, right? The way to get into the local pack, which means that these 3 restaurants will show up at the top and without buying an ad. The ingredients in that is to have a lot of reviews, update your website, add pictures, and fill out the whole profile. Make sure your profile is all complete. And then updating your content, like, FAQs, reservation, delivery, like all those are really good to keep up. So you want to be on this block. And I'm happy to say that after we did all this work on Google My Business, we're on the 2nd on this local pack, and we're trying to be the 1st. So if we keep it up, this is a really inexpensive way. It's free to get you organic search versus pay ads. Guys have any questions so far? Okay, all right. So let's talk about SEO, okay? I'm sure a lot of you have heard about SEO, search engine optimization, and you know, you probably have vendors that call you and say, we need you to, you know, to improve on your SEO. So what is it, right? It's a process of increasing the quality and quantity of your website traffic, right? Getting the right people to come to your site. And it's a way to kind of increase your website visibility or a particular web page, right? And then the goal is really try to increase your ranking on a search engine and improving your website traffic without paying ads. We know that Google ads could be pricey because it's based on the number of clicks. So having a good SEO will help you to increase your site traffic. So why is SEO important for restaurants? So I did a search restaurants in Lowell, and these 3 restaurants shows up right in the top, right? Then I did a, oops, sorry, what happened? I did a Japanese restaurant, no, not Japanese, Asian restaurants in Lowell, and Blue Tale and one other restaurant show up. And then the other one was Feng Shui in Chelmsford. So we know there are a lot of Asian restaurants in Lowell, right? So having the good SEO will come up. And it's going to improve your brand. Okay, so how do we improve our SEO without paying someone to do SEO, right? The first thing is you need to have good quality content, right? When you write a page, you want to have a relevant and strong title and a URL or website link that's easy to remember, right? Meta description is really a summary on that particular page. It's limited to about 155 characters. It's basically a tag in the HTML or the website code to show up as a summary. So you want to make sure that you describe that page. Make sure that your address and contact information are visible on your website. Having reviews. So one of the things that would be really helpful is to add your Google reviews on your website so it will just show up. If you can't do that, have the reviews, add the reviews on your website. We talked about, you know, having your story is really important. You know, this is a mission from Life Alive. You know, it's inspiring. So having a good story will really come a long way. So having high quality photos, professional pictures will help you stand out. One of the things that a lot of people forget to do is to geotag their pictures, meaning that add the location on your pictures and description of your pictures will really help your search engine optimization. And then the third tip is that definitely having Instagram and Facebook and other social media platforms is going to help you be found on the internet. And then on the second seminar, we're going to talk about social media. So all these things.
Can I ask?
Yeah. Sure.
How do you add a geotag or an alt text description to your photo on just like embedded in the HTML, you mean?
Yeah, so yeah, right. You know, when you upload your picture, there's a description, alt text description. you want to add that. And on your social
on-
media,
Just on your website, you're saying that when you're
on your
adding it,
website,
not,
yes,
yeah,
right,
okay,
yeah.
okay.
And then the geotag will be, you know, when you're on Facebook, right?
Yep.
You want to tag your pictures. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. So those things, if you imagine if you have 20 pictures and they all have descriptions, it's going to help you, your search engine, because Google is going to be able to find out, well, where those pictures from. Okay. Thanks for asking. All right, do you have any other questions before we go to the next one? All right, so I have a little poll. So the third question is, do you have a smart point of sale system? So I'm sure everyone has a point of sale system, right? The way I call it a smart one is, does it integrate into your kitchen, your inventory, and marketing? Anyone?
Ours has the capacity to do it, but we don't fully utilize it here at El Portro.
Okay.
Well, ours do, but we don't. They have apps that you have to purchase and that you have to pay for, so we don't use everything on it.
Okay.
That's the same as us, Jose. That's the same thing. It's all add-ons. There's additional fees. That's why we don't use it.
I see. Okay. What kind of point of sale are you using?
At El Portro, we use Upserve.
Okay. All right. Juan, what kind of?
Panela Clover.
Clover. Okay.
Yeah.
Eric?
We use Touch Bistro at Warp and Weft, but we are in the process of switching to Upserve.
Oh, that's interesting. Why is that?
It's actually related to, there was a power outage downtown during the Town and the City Festival, and we were unable to do credit card transactions while we had no internet access.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So this
I
is
see.
Upserve. So we searched for an alternative that would allow us to do offline credit card transactions.
I see. That's interesting to know. Yeah, so we did some research on
We
point of
actually
sale.
do plan to do all of the full, all of that stuff that you see on the screen right there.
Okay, all right. Well, obviously, there you go. All right. Well, I think that the smart point of sale system has a lot of advantages over the older ones. You know, I think that the ones that really stand out to me, the ability to sell online gift cards, the loyalty program, and making reservations. And those are the things that tied into the back-end system, right? Can track your inventory. Some of them can do employee tracking. I'm sure you're familiar with that. So the way that I would choose point of sale is looking at your demographics. You tend to have a lot of older customers that come in. They don't tend to use a contactless payment or QR code. You know, depending on the type of restaurants that you own, so different point of sales are good for certain type of industries or restaurant types. And then you want to choose a system that will help you to grow. Like today, maybe you're not using all the different features, but down the road, you know, as your business grows, maybe you want to add on things, right? And of course, you know, keeping the budget in mind that works for you. So we have Square, and you know, it's really good for quick service restaurants. It's a good customization of menu, good support, and it's You got a free trial. It's pretty inexpensive. The pros are, strong analytics. It's good for business of all sizes. Could be expensive as your business grow larger because it's based on transaction cost. So every time you run a credit card, there's a transaction fees. And Toast POS, it's a lot of restaurants are using it. It's $80 a month plus you have to install it. It does have an offline mode, and the pro is that it's great for Android, so Android tablets, but it doesn't work on iPads, and installation can be expensive. And it also supports table-side ordering and payment, which is a good security measure. And then Clover that Quan uses, it has a lot of features as well. Online ordering and delivery, has strong analytics. You have guest seating. So this one seems to have a lot of different options, that you can utilize down the road. Quan, did you like using Clover?
Yes and no.
No? Yes and no, okay. All right.
I used to have Touch Bistro, and I used
Okay.
to love being able to show the customers the pictures and the images and stuff like that. With this system, I'm not able to do that. So that's why. But on the other hand, it always works. Even when I don't have internet, it still works. It still processes cards, and I think it's just a matter of spending more time and more money on it, to be honest, to get more out of it.
Yeah. How much do you pay per month for the option you have?
I don't have the exact prices, but I do have three stations.
Okay, I see.
So I think it's about almost to 300.
Okay. And do you have to pay monthly fees? I mean, transaction fees?
Yes, but I do have Clover through my bank, so it is a lot lower than some of the examples you're showing.
Okay, all right. Yeah. And let's see. Okay. Anybody want to weigh in on their POS? Any experience?
We've been using been using Upserve since it was Breadcrumb many years ago, and we like it as a system. And we've looked at other systems. When we bought our Chelsea location a little over a year ago, that we had a different system there that was just too clumsy. We couldn't get enough of the right reports out and stuff like that. So we eventually changed over, and we actually just recently changed over to their credit card processing, so that way we could accept chip cards. And since we've done that, it's actually been pretty good. It's opened up an opportunity to use some of the other services that Upserve offers as well. We just haven't fully utilized them yet. We did have a bad experience with when they were Breadcrumb with the online gift cards, because what ended up happening was the fees were just too much per month for us to be able to maintain that. We weren't selling enough gift cards to maintain the $30 per location fee that they were charging us. I know that Upserve has recently changed that fee structure a little bit, but we still haven't decided if we're going to go back to doing it or not.
Anybody uses the POS for marketing, like tap into the email marketing or loyalty programs? I guess the answer is no.
We don't at Warp and Weft.
Okay, all right. So I was at
We do that stuff, but it's not through our POS.
It's not through your POS. Okay, so you have a separate system.
We use Wix to host our website, and
I chose Wix because it has a bunch of drag and drop tools for things for restaurants, including reservations and online ordering and gift cards. And we weren't doing gift cards before the coronavirus, but we are now.
Okay, that's great. And you use Wix for your gift cards?
Yep. And it
Oh,
just
wow.
creates a digital gift card that you get an email. You can just show us on your phone.
Okay. And you
It
have
has
a record.
code that we cancel, right? So that you
Okay.
can't just send a copy of it to everyone you know.
Right. Oh, that's good to know. Yeah, right. That must be a concern too. Yeah, that somebody would just share that. Okay. What about email marketing? Anybody take advantage of the emails from your customers?
We do it Warp and Weft.
You do? Okay. All right. And how did you collect emails?
On our website, at the bottom of every page is a small form encouraging people to send us their email address.
Okay.
And so we have a few hundred people in that list.
Okay. That's great. Anybody else that are using email?
I'm not.
Okay. Well, if you're using point of sale, right, you can have people opt in to get their receipts, and then you can also ask them if you can send them promotions or keep in touch with them. I encourage you to collect email addresses, because then once you have them, right, you can send them information and keep connecting with them. And you can see whether they opt in, open your emails. Okay, great. Thank you for your feedback. And the last thing that we did was some of the online ordering system. So did a quick search on, Upserve is here. These are the top 10 best online ordering system. So this is like, takeout online ordering. And if you, there's the website link, and you can go and check out what works for you. Let's see, I think that's the end of, so do you have any questions before we talk about, before we wrap up? Christine, Maria, or Tom, do you have any other things you would like to talk about?
No, I'm good, thank you.
Okay, all right. So we've scheduled another webinar on social media marketing. It's on Wednesday at 9 o'clock. And I will make sure we send out a link that will work. If you all want to come next Wednesday, I'll just add you to the list. Is that okay?
I'd like to be added.
Okay, great. Yeah,
Me too.
you can send. Okay. Great, thank you.
All right, looking forward to next Wednesday.
Okay, great. Here's you can contact me if you want to subscribe to our email marketing. And thank you for coming, and give me a shout out, email me if you have any questions. Okay. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Susu.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Thanks, Susu. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.